Hello everyone, welcome back to the Poppy Library. My name is Liz. I'm coming to you from Austin, Texas, where it's still the surface of the sun, and this is KnitCast. Well, it's been a minute, and I am so excited to be back because I have lots of little project updates. It is officially busy season for the events industry here in Austin, and so I have been busy with work and amongst a whole bunch of other things. So projects have been a little slow, so that's why we didn't have an update last week. However, this week we have plenty of updates along with some future video teasers that are coming out for my home decor. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it is a home decor related series that deals with knitting and yarn and all of the things, and I can't wait to tell you about it. And I've been teasing it for a long time, and the planning process takes a while, so thank you for your patience. But yeah, so I've been knitting away for the past week and a half, and I think this is kind of like a realistic update for someone that has a 9-to-5 job who's also in kind of a leadership position of what you can realistically get done in a couple of weeks. Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes I will sit and knit for 4 hours. I know. My whole evening/afternoon. So let's get some updates, shall we? So the first thing that I want to update is my Halibut Sweater, which is over here. So now I gotta go here, get up and go get it. And close my door. Okay, so the Halibut Sweater, which is by Caitlin Hunter. I have been working on this sucker for quite some time. It has stalled just a little bit because it's so hot here, and also because I forgot to bring it on my trip. This could have been some really good airplane knitting. However, we're not going to keep visiting the heartbreak that was. But I have an update. And what I do mean by it's so hot here is that my hands start to sweat when I'm knitting, even if I'm inside in the AC. It's just so humid and nasty. And so it creates like this friction when I knit, and then my tension's too tight and I can't take breaks, and it's just a whole thing. So it's been a little slow, but I finished the color work and it is awesome. So this is my little update. I know. It is so amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It came out just the way I wanted it to. And let's just get a little close-up of that color work. And this isn't even blocked yet. And this is, I will say, my, I feel like it's my 5th attempt at color work, and color work for me was challenging at first. No, it wasn't. It wasn't challenging for me because I learned how to crochet, and so holding yarn continental and having the right tools, I was able to pick up color work just fine. But what was a challenge was my tension at the beginning when I was knitting color work. And so some sweaters that I have are too tight where the color work is. But all I do is go up 1 needle size when I do color work, and then I go back down a needle size when it's just knitting with one color. And it works out fine for me. Everyone's different, but that's how I do it. So I've separated for the sleeves on this. And now we're just on the body. We're just on the body. And I am super thrilled. The fit, and I know what it's going to fit when it's blocked as well, because I swatched. Go me. Extra points. And I'm just so excited to finish it. It's actually been really nice just working with one strand now. It's been flying by. It's been flying by, and I got a good 2 inches done the other day, just sitting and watching TV and resting. And so, yeah, it's gonna be a really great staple piece in my wardrobe for the really cold months that we have here. I think it when it's really cold, I do like to be outside. And really cold, I mean 60 and below for us Texas gals. And and cloudy, no sun, wind. And that usually happens in kind of like November, December, on and off. And so it's coming along, and I'm going to take this sucker to Rhinebeck. It might be my Rhinebeck sweater, the one that I wear for Rhinebeck. Might be too hot, actually. We'll see. It might be an option. But again, I'm so pleased with it. This is, again, the Halibut Sweater by Caitlin Hunter, and I use Les Garçons yarn. And in my previous episode, I shared what that is, and I should probably share it now that I think about it. It is their British DK in the Lewis's shade, and it's 75% Blueface Leicester wool and 25% Masham wool, non-superwash, and then the other one is the Lyonnaise worsted in the French word for oats. That's what I remember. I had a viewer say it's the French word for oats, and I was like, oh, I'm never gonna forget it, and I didn't. I did forget the French word for oats. But this is, I'm so pleased. It is perfect. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. It's soft. It's squishy. I cannot wait for it to be done. And the color work is laid just fine, even if, while it's not blocked, it is amazing. I cannot wait. How many times can I say that? A lot. Okay. My next little update, I have been working on a nice chunky sweater, and it's related to this color here. And it is the Tomboy Sweater by Loopy Mango. And it is knit in pieces, and it is used, I'm holding Lamb's Pride double. So this is Lamb's Pride bulky, which is 85% wool and 15% mohair. And it is in the colorway Limeade. So I had bought this yarn when I was in Maine because I was having a knitting crisis. We all remember that story. And I was able to pick up this yarn at a local yarn shop up there. And so I have knit the whole front piece. And what I do like about it so far is that, one, it knit up so fast. I mean, I'm holding double to get gauge this sweater. And as you can see, it's very like chunky. And when that happens and you're knitting with a big needle, which I think is a size 17 needle, it's giant. Yeah, a 12 millimeter needle, which is size 17. It goes by so fast. And so this was knit in a day. I kid you not. And what I do like about it so far is that, yes, like in the design, like the front and the back rolls up naturally, and it's meant to do it. And I was so worried with how I was ending the rows. I slit my last stitch each time I turn, so that when I seam it together, it's a little bit easier. As you can see, like there's these little like V's, and it's just easier for me to seam that way. And I was worried if I did that, it wasn't going to roll at the bottom, but it did. And it was magic. And I was like, oh, well, that's nice. So I knit the front, and now I just got to knit the back. And I believe you knit the front, and then you knit the back, you knit the sleeves, and then you pick up the collar, and then it's like a little roll collar. But it's meant to be a crop. I don't know if I can stand. Here we go. It's meant to be like a crop top. It's meant to be oversized, so when I do block it, it is going to grow a little bit. And yeah, this one's flying off the needles. It's very exciting. It's nice to switch between this project and that project. I've never been a knitter that knit multiple projects at once. I was very much like, I'm going to finish this project. I'm going to not do anything until I move on kind of knitter. And it is nice to be a multi-project knitter now, because if I get tired of one, I can move on to the other. And it's not saying I'm not productive. It's more of like I'm being productive on multiple projects, and somehow I feel more accomplished. But that's just a change in my style, and I'm totally just going with it, and it's really nice. With that being said, I do want to share. I have been dying to start. I believe it's Moosh and Friends. I looked it up. Moosh and Friends. And I've been dying to create these like cute little miniatures, like little dolls. And I started one. And it is I think her name is Aggie, and she's the sheep, and she's cute, and she's here to stay, and she's adorable. And let me see if I can find a full-length picture of her. She's so cute. Of course I wanted to start with a sheep. Duh. Let's see. Here she is. Look how cute. And so it's my first time knitting little dolls, and it's so easy. And this book is such a great resource, and it makes everything so easy. Like, I wasn't expecting it to go by so fast. I mean, of course it's going to go by fast. You were knitting something really small. And it's really just, even if you don't know how to do short rows or anything like that, the step-by-step process that she has written is Cynthia Valet, or yeah, I think it's Cynthia Valet. Her step-by-step process is really easy. And so I have just kind of flown through this little sheep. And right now I am at, let's see, here we go. And these are little markers for like the eyes and the ears. But I'm at like, look, it's a little head. It's so cute. And this kind of expands like when it's stuffed and everything, and after blocking and everything, like this is a whole head. And so now I'm at like kind of like the back of the neck. Super adorable. I am at a stopping point because I'm waiting for these little safety eyes to come in. That will be the eyes for the sheep. It is again flown by, and this is just a yarn that I had in my collection that I haven't used, and it is it's this one right here. Sadness Garn. And it's alpaca and wool mix. So 65% alpaca and 35% wool. And it is knitting up so great. And it has this kind of like halo to it, which is so nice because it's a little sheep. I mean, yeah, of course it's fluffy. And so I can't wait to finish it, but I need to wait for the little safety eyes to come in. I'm really trying to do step by step. I mean, she's done a really great job writing it. I have to do her justice by following it step by step. So I'm gonna just chill out on this, even though I want to keep going. And I would 10/10 recommend. It's one of the easiest little projects ever. You do use, maybe I like it because I have tiny, tiny hands, but you use size 0 needles, which are the tiniest. And I use wooden needles because I'm not afraid to like, it doesn't feel like it's going to break when I'm knitting. And it gives it a little bit more friction, so the stitches aren't slipping off or anything. And I feel more comfortable knitting with wooden needles when they're like asking for a size 0 needle. Again, it's just been going really, really well. I really like it. It's super fun and super cute and super soft. And which brings me to my next update, which is my spinning update. So if you remember, I picked up my first drop spindle in Maine. I went to, I believe it's Port Fiber, and yes, Port Fiber in Maine. And I picked up a drop spindle and just quickly picked up spinning. And I've been dying to do it and dying to learn. And so I picked up some fiber and then also the drop spindle. And since then, I have been working on my tension, my spinning technique, all of the stuff. It takes a while. It took me a while. It wasn't easy at first. Did some research on YouTube on how to use a drop spindle. There's so many great resources out there. And it was so easy after kind of sitting with it for about 30 minutes. I will be honest. It took me like 30 minutes of sitting with it, kind of trial and error. And my tension is getting better. My consistency with each like pull is getting better. And also the yarn thickness, consistency in the yarn thickness is getting a lot better as well. And so I'm almost done with that batch of fiber, and I am going to have to learn what the next step is, which I believe it is plying the yarn. Plying the yarn. I should have learned my terms before I got online. I always do this. Plying the yarn together to create like another yarn. So putting 2 yarns together. I do have another batch of fiber coming in eventually. I pre-ordered it, so I don't know if it'll be here by the end of this month or next month. It is this color. But this is kind of the consistency that I'm getting. It is varied, and I do find that when I'm pulling or drafting the yarns, like when I stop and then I twist it onto the spindle, when I start again, the yarn is coming off a little too thick, so there's a little inconsistency there. But again, it's not crazy. Also, I have to work on when I join like this piece to another piece with using the drop spindle, like getting that consistent. I do want to spin a much thinner piece of yarn. So I'm trying to like get used to that kind of muscle memory. And it's a challenge for me. I'm not perfect. It's going to take me a while. This is my first time. And so, but I do find the process very enjoyable. I would encourage, if you're interested in trying it and doing it, go for it. Just try it. I wanted to try a drop spindle first before I invested in all of these other potential and big purchases of a spindle or like just like a bigger piece. And which is what one of my things is going to be at Rhinebeck, is doing research of what it's like to spin on different I don't know what the word is, but using like different techniques with different tools. So there's some that are like a spinning wheel where you use your feet to dictate how fast that spinning wheel is going, and there's electric options. And so there's so many options that I would rather talk to people in person to figure out what's the best option for me moving forward and where I want to go with this, which is plying my own yarn, creating my own yarn, and using it for special little projects, specifically home projects. Like I would like to make things from scratch and put them in my home and in my office, and that's just really important to me. It's like kind of like a family heirloom. And so that is one of my goals at Rhinebeck, which thank you so much for everybody who commented on the Rhinebeck video and how to prepare. And those were just the basics. I'm going to do another one where I'm going to talk about my goals for Rhinebeck this year and Woolen Folk, because I do want to, one, I need y'all to keep me accountable so I don't go crazy. But 2, I do want to focus, instead of like blowing a whole bunch of money, I do want to focus on very specific purchases that will help me continue to build my home decor line, and also help me create just pieces that are going to last for quite some time that I really enjoy. And so again, it's being very thoughtful with my purchases. So I love spinning. It's super fun. And what I plan to do with this is I'm going to use it for the little animals. I'm going to use their little like outfits. Why do I have that voice when I talk about these little things? I'm going to like make these into like little outfits, or like maybe even like a little rug for like the little miniature to sit on my desk and stuff like that. Am I giving these little animals away? No, I'm completely selfish and they are for me. Everything that I knit is for me. It is very rare that I knit for somebody else because it takes so much time, and honestly, you're not paying me. And I'm in sales and I'm very expensive. So my time is very expensive and I just don't play with that. Which is, I mean, come on. It takes a lot of time to knit, and selfishly, I want to keep it. It's my hobby, damn it. And it belongs to me. I'm sure there are plenty of people that feel that way. You go somewhere. My mom always says, like, Elizabeth, are you gonna sell it? And I'm like, no, Mom, I'm not gonna sell this. Like it would be thousands of dollars. She's like, oh, that's too much, you know? And so she gets into it. We get into it all the time. And I'm sure you do with your family members as well. This is my hobby. It's mine. I keep it. You know what I mean? So let's talk about what's coming up with the Poppy Library. I'm so excited. I finally have put plans into motion of starting a home decor series. So what does that mean? That means there are going to be 3 videos coming up with 3 different things that you can create for your home that involve yarn. It involves things that you have in your collection. It involves tools that you probably have if you are a knitter or somebody that crochets, and versatility based on the tools that you have, hopefully. So a few things that are coming up. One, I'm going to teach you how to make a rug out of your leftovers. Second, I'm going to teach you how to create a hanging installation. And then third, what did I say was going to be the third? Oh, the third is going to be a wall hanging just in time for the holidays. And it's something that's versatile that you can use whether it's the holiday or not. And by wall hanging, I mean, like, I'm talking about installation, guys. Like, fabrication is one of my passions. It's something that I always wanted to do. And now I have the space, the home, the office to get it done, and all the tools to get it done. And so this is a long time coming. I'm telling you. I will also involve something that has to do with stained glass, but I'm still learning the technique that I want to show. So that's going to take some time. So the stained glass might come a little later. But specifically, I want to focus on things that you might own, that you want to participate in. And all of this is for free. The first 3 are for free. Again, I'm a sales lady, so the first 3 are for free. And again, these are things that you can create in your home that will make your space yours and hopefully bring you joy every time that you see them. So I'm super excited. I think I might share a few like teaser things while I'm talking about this, but I'm super excited to share that with you. That is coming up, and I'm hoping to finish the first video in the next couple of weeks. Again, it's busy season and we're going to all these wool festivals and it's going to be knitting time. Like, let's be a little patient with me, but it will get done before the holidays, I promise. So that's all the, oh, actually, no, I wanted to share a tool. So I want to share a tool really quick with you guys because as my little tired eyes are aging, one, I have very bad eyesight. My eyesight's terrible. But my house is a little bit dark, just kind of based where it is and where the sun kind of sets and rises. My house is dark on the inside. And I find with knitting, and when I am knitting, it's usually in the evenings. And I have a hard time counting my stitches because one, the stitches can be so tiny, right? And I just have a hard time always counting my damn stitches. Like, who does it? It's just like, I always lose my place. I have ADD too. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I doing later? Like, it takes me forever. So, but I picked up this little nifty gauge tool and also a needle sizing tool in Maine. I forget which shop I bought it from, but it's Knitter's Pride. And it has a little magnifying glass right here. And so that way, when you're counting see how big my finger is? Oh my God. When you're counting your stitches, it's magnified, and it's been a lifesaver. It has been a lifesaver for my little tired, poor little eyes. And counting for gauge isn't terrible anymore. I actually used to avoid it because it was so hard to count stitches. But like, find the problem and solve it, girl, right? So I did. And so I would 10/10 recommend. Again, it's Knitter's Pride. You could probably find it on their website or at your local yarn shop. There's plenty of ones that I saw that have little magnifying glass like right in the middle. And so again, lifesaver. Lifesaver. Would use it. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. I don't think I haven't bought anything. I'm just working on stuff. You just got to work on stuff. I'm working on all these projects, and so my desk is a little bit of a mess. But I'm so excited. My creativity is just out the wazoo. It really is. And so I'm trying to hone in on like little things here and there. So I'm so excited for the series coming up. So that's something to look forward to. And also something to look forward to, I think the heat's going to break here. So I'm going to be in a way better mood in the next few months. And then it's Rhinebeck time, it's Woolen Folk time, all the things. I will be doing some videoing at Woolen Folk and Rhinebeck, hopefully, if I don't get too nervous with my camera shoving it in people's faces. I won't shove it in anybody's face. Anyway, I digress. Thank you so much for joining me on your weekend. I really appreciate you being here. It means so much to me, and I love when you guys comment and talk to me, and it's just, I feel the love from the knitting community, and thank you so much for making me feel like I belong here. And because we do belong here, right? So thanks again, and until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye.